Dr. SHIVA for Senate. We're here collecting signatures with all of our amazing volunteers. You guys can go back to work. But what I want to talk about, is to do a real talk on the coronavirus. You know, I couldn't do my 11 a.m. talk, but what better place to talk about the coronavirus than out in the public? But I really want to talk about immune health. Okay, what's going on? And I want to talk about how viruses first work. Okay. And this is really, I'm going to put my thing down. Let's first of all teach you some basic things about what happens when viral infection takes place. So imagine this is a cell, a big bubble. A virus is like a small bubble. And what the virus tries to do is it tries to invade that cell. Now, in the case of the coronavirus, or the viruses like the coronavirus, like SARS or MERS, the virus, the outside of the virus particle has glycoproteins. It has a sheet. Inside of it is what's called messenger RNA or single-stranded RNA, okay? To be specific, RNA. So a virus is literally this small bubble. Inside of it is RNA, nucleic acids. Now, what's going on here is a small bubble, which is a virus, is trying to get into the big bubble, which is your cell. And that process is mediated by a number of methods. So if your body has, if its immune system and it has the right nutrition and your immune system's working properly, that virus will essentially bounce off, and we'll talk about that. However, in the case of the coronavirus, it's a variation of the SARS virus. The outer surface of the protein of that virus has the ability to interact with the receptor. People believe it's the ACE2 receptor, and that ACE2 receptor is the one that's involved in shrinking your vessels, because that ACE2 receptor actually creates an enzyme which converts a particular protein to another protein form, which actually constricts your vessels. But the bottom line is a coronavirus actually, it is believed, lands on that same receptor, and then through that receptor, through a channel, the RNA particles go into the cell. Now, when they go into the cell, so virus lands, and it has an ability, small virus lands on the big bubble, which is your cell, and then the virus injects its nucleic acids into the cell. Those nucleic acids have an intelligence to take over your cellular machinery and essentially create more viruses, which essentially continue this process of virus replication. So the most important thing here that we need to understand is that there's all this fear being spread about the coronavirus. First of all, we need to understand that 80%, 90% of the people get it. It's a mild reaction. It's a flu. The people who are dying from this, you know, most of them are people who had some type of pre-existing condition or their immune systems were compromised. So this is a critical thing that we should talk about. How do you boost your immune health? So that's what I want to talk about. I'm going to talk about vitamins A, vitamins D, and vitamin C. Now, vitamin A is essentially a layering. I'm wearing the jacket here, so the cold doesn't bother me, even though it's cold out here. And vitamin A is essentially a shield which provides the keratinization. I'm not going to get too deeply into it, but it provides a structural integrity of your cells. Now, if your thyroid is working well, you're taking enough carotenoids, and you have iodine, and your thyroid's working properly, your body will create vitamin A. You could also take supplemental vitamin A, and that literally shields your cell. It's like a deadbolt to shield your cells from attack of viruses. Now, if the virus does get in, now your body's going to go through the immune response, which I've talked about, your innate immune system, your interferon system, your adaptive system, the microbiome, and all these things are involved. This is called your immune reaction. Now, in the normal case, your immune system reacts and it modulates itself, and you may get some sniffles, like the mild reaction, you're fine. However, if your immune system is compromised, which means it's weakened by all sorts of things, exogenous things, and what's going to happen is your body's going to overreact. This is called a cytokine storm. So it's not the virus that's hurting you, but it's the reaction of your immune system which has been compromised. This is where vitamin D and vitamin C are extremely important, and other things like catechins, things that come from substances like green tea. And there's a whole host of things which we'll talk about that enable your immune system not to have this overreaction. So that's what I want to talk about. That's what I want to focus on, is let's start talking about immune health. Viruses come and go. There's trillions of viruses in our body, trillions of microbiome, And it's not like everyone's dying. Even in Wuhan, 11 million people got, 11 million people in the population. Let's say all 80,000 you attribute to Wuhan. It's a very small percentage of people who are infected, and even a smaller percentage of people who've died. The most important thing we need to start talking about is how do we boost immune health? So you politicians listening out there, that comes through clean water, clean food, and good nutrition. But they don't want to talk about that. What politicians want to talk about, they want to scare us. And what they really want to do, in my view, this entire coronavirus is a wonderful opportunity for China to shun dissent. We don't hear anything from Hong Kong. We don't talk about the fact that Wuhan was having massive protests. And here in the United States, there is a growing movement against everyone being forced to take vaccines. So things like the coronavirus need to be put into context. We need to talk about immune health. It's getting really cold out here, but let's focus on immune health and let's stop scaring people. Let's build up our immune system, clean water, clean air, clean food, and nutrition. That's what we need to focus on. By the way, be well, Shiva for Senate. Again, if you can look at it, our volunteers are collecting signatures here. Be the light. Thank you.
Go Shiva.